Hey guys, I welcome you all to Bhadra IAS Academy. So in this session, we'll be dealing with this topic of course, our geography, which is extremely important, I would say. This is called ocean tides. Now we are going to see the ocean tides, but before proceeding to the ocean tides, I'll just give you a glimpse of how the ocean tides actually work. See. Can you see this is the ocean, right? See, there are three levels of ocean where I'm showing that there is a upper level, there is a lower level, right? This upper level here is it has been written that this is a level of high tide. This is the level of low tide. Now, what high tide is? See, there is a situation when the level of ocean is not much high, not less, rather that is low tide. Rather, it is in between. That is, we tell that situation is called normal water level. All right. But there comes a situation when that level of water goes high, right? That is the situation of high tide. Whenever the level of water in the ocean goes down, that time is we call it as low tide. Okay? So what do I mean by this tide wala aspect? See, tide simply means that there is an aspect of water when the water level goes up. That is the situation of high tide, as you can see in this very picture. But at the same time, there is a situation when the water level comes down. This is the situation of low tide. Is that clear? Now, between the high tide and the low tide, there comes a situation where the water level is between. That is a normal level of water, right? In a single day, there comes two times the when the water level goes up. That is, we tell that that is a high situation. And also, there are two times when the water level comes down. That is what we say as the low tide situations. Is that clear? Now, just see this again. I'll show you this very clearly. If you see this as a level of the water, what is the level of high? What is high tide situation? High tide is when the level of water continuously goes up. Can you see that? What is going up? This is the high tide situation. But at the same time, if I talk about low tide, means the water level is again coming down and it has come to that very level where the water level is at the least. Right. So this is the situation of low tide. Means, as I said, that there are in a day, as and when we'll proceed, we'll tell you the reason as well that why in a single day there comes two high tide and two low tides. But yes, the low tide is a situation where the water level comes down, but at the same time, the high tide is a situation when the water levels comes up. Right. Matlab, overall, we have seen that if we consider this very case, then among both the cases, this is the case that the top one is the case when the water level is coming up, that is a high tide situation, and this case when the water level is coming down, that is a low tide situation. Is that clear? Now I'll show you a video. Just see this video clearly, where you can clearly observe that yes, water level is either coming up or coming down. Now see this video properly, right? Yeah, tide video visualization. So basically, you can see here that water level is coming up now, right? But at the same time, again the water level is coming up. Let's see that. Right, let's see the other picture out. Right, can you see the water level has gone down? Absolutely. Can you see here the level is filled with water, but now see all the water level has gone down. Right. Can you see there was no water earlier, but now so much water has came up that it has overall filled up this very whole area. Right. So can you see that overall, yes, there is a change in the dynamics of ocean water level, wherein we are observing that water level at times goes up and at the same time it often comes down. So what is this situation? This is the situation which we call as either high tide situation or low tide situation. But the question stands, the basic definition of tides, that is what a tide is. See, if we talk about the tide, see what is tide? If we consider this as earth, right, and the outer shell as the layer of the water around earth, which is of course not possible, but in order to make you understand, I'm doing that, right? So the water tides, as I said, that in a day it comes two times high tide comes, two times low tide comes, so rhythmic it comes. Once high tide, then comes again low tides, again high tide, again low tide, right? So it is a rhythmic rise and fall of whole mass of the ocean, है ना? From the sea surface of the sea to the bottom of the sea. And It is a rise and fall of seawater. What is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is the gravitational force of sun and moon. Sun ka gravitational force and moon ka gravitational force is the primary reason behind the rhythmic rise and fall of water in the ocean level. I hope that this should be very, very clear to you. And at the same time, yes, it leads to generating the sea waves, which are called tidal waves. And of course, in upcoming classes also we'll be seeing that how separately we'll be observing that how moon's gravitational force is acting on the earth. Separately, we'll also observe that how sun ka gravitational force is acting on the earth, and how these two gravitational force are, influencing this very aspect of it, right? So again, if you want the upcoming classes, please write in the comment section below. We'll make sure to bring upcoming session in which we'll be providing a detailed note as to how to proceed with this aspect, right? So this was all about the discussion. I hope that this gave you insight of what tides are. Thank you.